can teach you the class, okay? Okay, so we said that pets are subjected to great torture by humans, right? Didn't we say that last this time? Like before this, you know, this connection that took place, right? Yeah, and I was telling you that we need to focus on what here? We need to focus on the idea that, you know, pets are, you know, tortured by humans, okay? And we have to explain this. How do humans torture pets? You can say that some human beings, they torture pets by throwing rocks on them, maybe by, I'm sorry to say to this, but I've heard that some people, you know, they burn them. They light, you know, they put them on fire. Did you hear about this before, guys? Tell me. Did you hear of something like that before?
Yes, doctor, I hear
See?
such this thing.
So this is not weird to us. This is not strange to us that, you know, some people are like evil and they might do that to pets. So you can talk about this. You can say that, huh? Some people like this, huh? Or, you know, you can, since you started with pets, pets are sometimes, you know, hit with rocks, or even burned by evil people, which is very sad. See? Because we're talking about this issue. So we have to develop it, guys, huh? So we said, you know, how? The why? Huh? Why? You can say why. You can say something like, that probably something like people who hurt pets, or, you know, let me say, are probably suffer from psychological problems, you know, or they have problems with their own selves, you know. That's why. So pets have to pay the price. Pets sometimes pay the price because that's why they would hurt pets, you know. Sometimes some pets sometimes pay the price for some people's people's psychological maybe problems or issues or disorders, huh? Yeah. So see, look how I, from this sentence, and it wasn't even mine. It was Aya's sentence. I turned it into a paragraph. Okay. See? So you have to think, always ask yourself, why, how? Can you give an example? One time, you can say, one time while I was walking, home from school, I saw some kids, surrounding a cat, or, and they wanted to, to kill it or something like that. You can give an example now. Okay. So here you can give an example. We call this what? An anecdote, about, you witnessing this issue of, a pet being subjected to torture by human beings, okay, etc. Got the idea, guys? Aya, you have your hand up. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, if you asked me why, I answered you sometimes without a reason. It could be mental illness.
This is it. Mental illness means psychological problems. These people have psychological problems or mental illnesses. So see, Aya,
Yes.
sometimes me and you, we might share the same idea, but we might express it in a different way, which is fine. Okay? Yeah. Why would somebody want to burn a cat or hurt a cat? Huh? Why? Probably they enjoy doing that, but why would they enjoy doing that? Because they are not stable. You can say they are not, because these people are unstable. So the ideas are the same, but the way to express them is what is different between us, right, guys? Who would like to share any idea here? Would you like to say something about this paragraph and how you can develop it? Huh? Besides what I said? Because like I said, always look at the topic sentence that you have written and ask questions about this section, the second part of it. How does that happen? How are pets tortured by humans? What do they do? Ask WH questions. Huh? Why do they do that? When do they do that? These questions. Ask them always the WH questions about the second part of the topic sentence, which is really, guys, you know, the controlling idea. And you know what? When you ask those questions to yourself, you know, you will come up with answers, and these answers should be put into sentences like this. And that's how you develop your topic sentence into what, guys? Into a paragraph. Okay? This is the way to do it. And that way you will have lots of sentences. You can, you know, write examples and, you know, talk about details, you know, and the more detailed you become, the more sentences you have. Okay? So I want you to understand that you are also great, and you can write, you know, your paragraphs in creative ways. You don't have to do them or write them in the way that I do. Okay? All right, let's move on to the next. Let me stop sharing here. Stop sharing this document, the Word document, and go back to the book. Okay, where is the book? Where is the book? Okay. Well, I can't find the book. Hala, your hand is up. Do you want to say something?
Yes, about the second sentence.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Hala. Go ahead.
Yes, a first date. The topic sentence is, in order to have a successful first date, a person must do the following things.
Mm-hmm.
So first, choose the correct location, as the location says a lot about your personality.
Okay.
Second, wear beautiful and comfortable clothes, since your outfit says a lot about your personality. Third, smile, as smiling gives the impression that you are happy or having a good time, and you are happy to be on that date. And choose the right conversation topics. For example, don't say anything about your past relationships and your achievements. Keep your phone in your pocket to indicate that the person in front of you is important. And finally, if you feel that your first date was successful, ask if they would be interested in arranging a second date.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
Thank
You
you
said
very
really
much.
good stuff here. You know that you said a lot of good stuff here. You know, unfortunately, I'm married. I cannot benefit from that. But, you know, people who are single, and I think all of you guys are single, I would say, you know what, your friend here really did give really good advice. And you're right about that, by the way. I really like the kind of advice that you gave them. Okay. But
Thank
I
you so
want to write some of what you said. Can you quickly repeat? Um, you know, your sentence. A first date, what did you say?
In order to have a successful first date, a person must do the following
Yeah.
things.
So you don't have to keep these as topic, you know, that in order, she said, to have a successful first date. What did you say?
A
There
person
are,
must do the following things.
okay. You must follow the follow, or you know, in order. Oh, I forgot in order. Here it is. It should be right here. In order to have a successful first date, you should um, do the following things. You should follow or do the following things, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So what are they? Let's just take two of them, okay? Yeah, give them
Okay.
give me two of them. What is it that you said?
First, choose the correct location, as the location says a lot
First,
about your
choose
personality.
the first. Okay, let's just, you know, because it's the beginning of a sentence. Look at my capital letter. First, choose, yeah, the what? The what?
Correct location.
The correct or the right location. Like choose, you know, a place where you are comfortable and you can speak with the person, you know, comfortably. Choose the correct location in order, probably, you know, um, to get to know the person. Yeah, because sometimes if you go to a place which is not comfortable, you might, you know, the place itself might, you know, stand between you and the person, right? Yeah. What else?
Wear beautiful and comfortable clothes since your outfit says a lot about your
Secondly,
personality.
probably, wear a comfortable and beautiful outfit. It should be comfortable and beautiful. It should show, your let me say, the good features about your body, honestly speaking, right? Because some let me say, outfits, they really, tend to make you look bad, although you are really better than that, right? Yeah. Other outfits, they kind of, show the good, features that you have, the good qualities that you have, and that's really good. That's what you want to be wearing, right? Okay, so that's really what you want to wear. And you want to reveal how good you look, right, to the person that you'll be dating or so on, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hello.
Yes, doctor.
Yes,
Okay,
doctor.
why does it say that your screen sharing is paused? I have no idea. I thought that recording has stopped or something like that, or even class has stopped. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Are we sharing the screen?
Microsoft Word.
So do we have, in order to have a successful first date, you should do the following things?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. All right, thank you. Do you have a third idea? One more idea. Let's listen to one more.
Yes, smile, as smiling gives the impression that
You
you
don't have to
have.
say thirdly. You can say another,
Yeah.
another thing you can do is to smile. Because smiling what?
Gives the impression that you have or you are happy to be on that date.
Impression that you, not just happy, that you are confident. Smiling,
Yes.
guys, does not only show that you are happy, it shows that you're confident. And when you're confident, you are a happy person, because confident people are people who are happy, aren't they, guys? Because they know that, why waste your life, being unhappy, being sad, when you can be happy, right? When you can smile, and your acts affect your psychology and your day, and the people around you. Okay, so we know that life is not easy. We know that there are difficulties, but why make it worse, being sad and being pessimistic, and showing, your, let me say, your negative features and so on. Got it? Life itself is not perfect, but we can make it easier than it is, right? Thank you so much. You really did a good job. We want to move on to a terrible teacher. Who can tell me about a terrible teacher? Who can put it in a sentence, which is considered you think is a good topic sentence? Shahid?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah.
I had a terrible teacher when I was in the middle school.
Good
And
job. So she wants to tell us the story here about a terrible teacher. Listen,
Yes,
Shahid,
doctor, I had this.
listen, I want to show you how Shahid can have a different topic with the with the phrase terrible teacher. And maybe Hala, in a while, I'm going to listen to you, Hala, about terrible teacher. It's going to be different. So you can see, she said, look, I had a terrible. Can you see what I'm typing, Hala, and everybody else, and Shahid?
Yes, doctor.
I had a terrible teacher when what?
When I was at middle school.
Excellent, at middle school. So she wants to tell us, the story of this terrible teacher. Maybe she will tell us what, Shahid. Let me see what you have to say about her. Like
Yes, doctor.
here, when somebody says, I had a terrible teacher when I was at middle school, she wants to tell us about now. She wants to take us now back to the past, during the time she was at middle school. This is what you should do, Shahid, right? And tell us,
Yes, doctor.
why you considered her, let me say, a terrible teacher. What experiences
Yes.
you had with her for you to say that, that she is a terrible teacher, right? Yeah, let's go
Yeah.
back to that time when you were at middle school. Yeah, tell us.
At that time, she used to treat us roughly if we made a mistake, and she was always screaming in our face. And she had a
Wow.
big stick that hit everyone who was late to class.
Oh my
It was
God.
really
So look,
hard.
this teacher or this teacher, huh, hit us students maybe like this, huh? Every time, because you know why? You could say every time. Every time, huh? Students or this teacher hits us students every time we were late. You might, by the way, talk about this some more. You might say sometimes, we would be late because of something, like maybe there would be, a real issue to be for us to be late, like maybe something went wrong at home or something like that, okay? Or we missed the bus, or I don't know. Okay, you can say something like that. So she always hit students every time they were late, you can say, or we were late. You want to talk about it in that way, that's fine. So she constantly screamed at us, huh? And never smiled. So that's really awful, right? So this is also bad. It's fine that sometimes, students sometimes do negative things, wrong things, and the teacher might be angry with them and, shout at them and yell at them and tell them, no, you got to do the right thing. You got to, but, like doing it every day or overdoing it is not good. You would always think that your teacher is always, looking for mistakes. That's why. So a teacher should also sometimes be nice to her students, and when they do the right thing, to also spend time, being nice to the student and telling the student, that they have done well. Like Shahed now gave me, very nice sentences, and she developed these sentences into a paragraph. So what I have to do is say, well, good job, Shahed, because it's true. She really did a good job. Okay, she developed her topics. She made a topic sentence out of a phrase, and then she wrote several what supporting sentences right now. I'm helping her write them so that you can all see them all. But she's telling me controlling sentences, controlling supporting sentences, and I'm writing them for you. So she's doing a really good job, and I should like really, acknowledge that, show Shahid and everybody else that when you do something good, I'm gonna be nice to you. I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna comment nicely on what you're doing and so on. Whether it's Shahid or Jude or Lean or Najla or anybody in this class, right? Yeah. So yeah, so that you could be encouraged to do more and to and want to do the work. All right, Shahid. What else can you say? I'm not gonna write everything that you say, but let's listen to some ideas. All right, so it seems that Shahid has left. I don't know why. Sometimes, it's the bad internet connection. I'm very sorry that we have to go through this all. But Jude has her hand up. Maybe she has something else to say. Maybe she wants to phrase put the phrase in a different
Yeah,
sentence, right? What might you say about this phrase?
the trouble teacher are not uh, the ones who use bad strategies. They are the
Again,
ones.
Jude, I did not capture what you said.
Trouble teachers are not the ones who use bad strategies. They are the ones who use good strategies poorly.
Why don't you make this smaller, yeah, Shahid? Your sentence is too long. You can say a terrible teacher. You can use
Teacher.
this as a subject if you want. A terrible teacher, huh?
Yeah.
I would say should not continue to teach. How about that? And then you explain and say why. Because probably she will have a bad impact on students. So you see, a terrible teacher is the subject here. You don't have to keep it as a subject.
Yeah.
Here it was the controlling idea. But no, here, look, it's the subject. Should not continue to teach. Now explain why you think here that she should not continue to teach. She will influence the students negatively. Students will think that education is really, a horrible thing to do. No, Got it? So I heard one time a student say that, you know what, I hated physics because of the physics teacher. I hated math because of the math teacher. Have you ever heard students say that?
Yeah, I
So
right with
they hate subjects because of the teacher. A subject is
yeah.
hated because of a teacher. Imagine. So that's really awful. So a terrible teacher would get students to hate subjects, certain subjects that she teaches probably, you know, and think that it's not the teacher who's bad, or let me say, I don't want to say bad teacher, but who's terrible, or not using good strategies, you know, when teaching, but the subject is what makes you the teacher like that, or, you know, got the idea? So
Yeah.
I would say that a terrible teacher should not continue to teach students. Why? I want to explain why. Students would think
Dr. I right.
that
They have no passion.
taught, wait a minute, taught by, you know, by those teachers were probably, or are, let me say, not were, because it's in general, are difficult maybe. In addition to that, in addition, or you can say so. It's okay to say so. So, they would hate, you know, subjects, or necessary subjects. See? So like I said, this means that you might hate math because the math teacher is mean and you don't like, you know, what she says to you in class, or because of her actions in class. Okay, she's always mad, she's always unhappy, you know. So a terrible teacher should not continue to teach. Students would think that subjects taught by those, by that teacher, or the, you know, let me say, since it's singular, let's say, let's keep this singular. See, that teacher, you know, subjects that are taught by the teacher are, because are about the subjects, are difficult, you know, so they would hate necessary subjects, like, you know, such as math and science, probably. Okay, yeah, because I remember I had a science teacher, honestly speaking, who was very scary. I was always scared from science. You know why? Because of the science teacher. She looked angry, and, you know, when you don't raise your hand, she would scream. When you raise your hand and you answer the question in a wrong way, and sometimes you answer the question wrong because you're scared of her. You, like, you know the answer, but then you don't answer it correctly because, you know, you're scared. You know how that happens when you're a kid, when you're a child at school. And then, you know, yeah, it's really scary, honestly speaking. Yeah. Hiba, what do you want to say about this?
Actually, I wanted to do number 5.
Number 4, you
I
mean
mean
tennis?
4.
Tennis? Yeah, let's move on to tennis. Yeah, tennis. What about tennis?
Doctor, can I say something?
Okay, Hiba, can we wait a minute to see what your friend wants to say? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, of course.
I'm so sorry, doctor, but my internet connection suddenly
It's okay,
cut
Shahid.
off.
I understood, Wallah, ya Shahid, because it just happened to me a while ago. You saw what happened.
Thank you,
I
doctor.
connected to my phone. I was using my Wi-Fi at home, and then when I got disconnected, I used my phone. I switched to my mobile data. Can you imagine? So we're just trying to survive this pandemic and the conditions of this pandemic. So it's okay, Shahid. I can tell when a student is trying, but sometimes it doesn't
Thank
work.
you.
You know, things aren't working exactly the way that you want them to. And yes, we're going to try to deal with these situations, because a student who always tries, you know, back, you find them here and there every once in a while, but a student who doesn't, well, they're, you know, they disappear all day long, and every time. You got the idea? So this is how I'm going to judge you also. So if you're there, if you're available most of the time, that means you are available. If you're not, sometimes, I know that sometimes things might go wrong in terms of the internet, in terms of the connection, in terms of other things, you know, even personal issues. I'll forgive you for, you know, 1 time or 2 times or 3 even. Okay, but then if you're, you know, you're not there all the time, you know, that means something also that I have to, you know, pay attention to, right? Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you,
Go
doctor.
ahead. Yeah, no problem, Shahid.
Tennis is a well-known sport which requires a ton of high skills.
Good. So
Flexible-
tennis is a sport, a well-known or just a sport. So tennis is your subject, right?
Yes.
Is a sport that requires, I love your sentence, that requires,
A ton of high
oh, I'm
skills.
sorry, 2 Q's here. requires what?
A ton of high skills.
A ton, okay. How about some?
Yeah.
Some skills, because we don't want to scare people away. Got it, Hiba? Because when you say a ton, like, oh my God, so many, you can't do it even. So maybe it does need a ton, but I mean, we don't want to scare people away. Okay. So now you have to tell us about what now, since you said that tennis is a sport that requires, this is what you have to focus on here.
Yeah.
Requires some skills. Like what?
Flexibility is one of the most important skills
What?
that plays
Again.
Flexibility is one of the most important skills that has that plays a huge role in improving your playing skills and protects you from getting easily injured.
Good.
Having
Flexibility is what?
Is one of the most important skills that plays a huge role.
Important skills, that you need to do what? Need to what?
I actually said that plays a huge role in improving your playing skills.
That you need to have, let's say, let's make it more simple. Do you mind, Hiba?
Yeah,
that you
it's
need
okay.
to have in order to be a good tennis player, maybe. Okay. Yeah.
And it protects you from getting easily injured.
Yeah. Okay. You can also add that. It also you know, prevents you from being injured. So this is one of the you know, skills that you are supposed to, you know, have. But is flexibility a skill? Honestly speaking.
Well, yeah, because you have to practice to gain.
So why don't you just say that? Why don't you say that tennis is a sport that requires some skills? So you need to be active in order to be flexible, maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to exercise, etc. Okay, and then probably you talk about it. Maybe we can delete this. Okay. So one of the skills is to be active. Why? Because you need to be flexible. Okay. Then you can say, you also, what else do we want to say?
Having the required strength makes you able to develop your speed and power during games.
You also need to work on being speedy, for example. Okay, you can say something that could be achieved by jogging. Jogging means running, you know, jogging daily or doing daily jogs. Okay, that could be achieved. So you got the idea, huh, guys? I just want to show you that how you can develop a topic sentence into, you know, develop a topic sentence in general, how you can make or write supporting sentences on it, okay? And instead of having just the topic sentence there, you have a paragraph, okay? So you need to always think about this. What are the skills required, okay? And write about those skills. See, we talked about being flexible here. Then we talked about, you know, what being speedy in this way. It's up to you how you want to talk about it. You can explain it, you can talk about it, you can mention it, you only just mention it. All right, so that's the way to do it. Okay, let's stop here, please continue to work on pages 8, 9. So next time we're going to talk more about supporting sentences, and then we want to identify topic sentences and supporting sentences. We want to be able to tell a difference. Like if I give you this sentence and this sentence and ask you which one of these, without you knowing, is the topic sentence and which one is the supporting sentence, will you be able to distinguish between them? If I didn't tell you that this is a topic sentence now and this is a supporting sentence, by reading it, will you understand and be able to distinguish between them? If you are able to do that, that means you are so good. If you are not, that means you have to do more work, guys. and to go over the material again. We need to stop here, and inshallah next time we will continue. Have a good day.